Well, hello, hello. Hey, y'all. Howdy. Hope everyone's doing all right. We got a few people in here. Let's see, Mr. Landfill and Verna. Welcome. Hello, hello. We got Renegade. Hey, good to see you. Welcome in. Hang on one sec here. There we go. Switch my hat around. 5x5. Awesome. Awesome. Hey, Steve's here too. Cowboy Matt. Yep, I was. Hola. Well, welcome everyone. Hopefully you guys are doing good tonight. I know the world is crazy as always, and then the weather's been nuts in a lot of areas where you guys are at. Hopefully you guys are doing good, safe, and nothing. I can put it back on. Do you want me to put it back on? I'll put it back on if you want. All right. So, I'm going to try something. Give me a minute here while we let people come in. I'm going to try and go on Facebook Live. I was going to try and see if I can get this to work. Let's see. Oh, I think I'd have to. Let me see here. I don't know if I could do it right now. Oh, you know what? Maybe I can. Can I stream share the YouTube? Is it working? Let me see. Sorry, y'all. Give me just a minute. Third-party streaming. Oh, Facebook has stopped it. Okay, I got you. So it won't allow it. All right. I was going to try and stream to Facebook, but okay. So let me get out of there then, and we'll just head back in here. Okay, I was going to try that. I'll wear this hat for right now. I might switch in a bit. But let me go ahead and hop in real quick, I guess, for anyone watching in replay, or if you're here and don't know who I am, my name is Matt with the Grafted Ranch Homestead. We are here on our very small urban homestead in the southwest desert of New Mexico. And so we are doing the things now as much as we can and getting a lot done. Our solo down here. And hope everyone's doing good. I know we spoke to most of y'all this morning, but for those of you who I haven't, is it getting cold up there, Mr. Landfill, yet? Small but packs a punch. What's small but packs a punch? What'd I say? All right, let's see. So there's a few things I wanted to talk about. Kind of this week's gone by quick. I've had a lot of work, so it's consumed a lot of my time. Been riding. Casey's been riding bikes. Oh, small homestead. Yeah, thanks, Mr. Live. We do. We get a lot done, and actually have so much more space we could use that I utilize a lot of space just for like our lawn and hanging out. But let's see. I've been working a lot on the silky coop. I was hoping to have that done this week, but my timelines I overshot. So that's gonna take a little bit, but I've been working on that, getting a lot done. One thing we did get in, which you can see over here, is our quail eggs. And so I had ordered quail eggs for our fall season. I thought it was a good time to get them in from my shire. So those came in. They took a little bit. There's a little delay in the shipping, so I'm hoping everything goes good. I decided to go ahead again and use these Cubonics incubators. They're small. I don't think they're cheap, but as far as incubators go, they're relatively cheap. So I'd had two already up top there. And they hold about 20 quail eggs, unless you get a custom quail egg thing. So I got one here. Then it holds 30. I had ordered 30 quail eggs, thinking I'd get at least 50% hatch rate, hopefully, and be able to put 10 to 15 birds in the greenhouse to provide heat. And Zach is awesome. He really is. So I'm going to play this short little video here real quick.
So here's the box. Hopefully the padding protected. I showed you it from the worst angle, the picture of the box. So here was the fragile, which was covered with a packaging label. Now their padding is pretty good, so it might be okay. But is it good enough? That's the question. We're gonna find out. I figured there would be more fragile stickers. There's no more fragile anywhere around it, I checked. Oh! It's a box in a box, that's why! It's a box in a box! Plot twist! Plot twist. Come on, let's take it out. Pause it.
All right. Yeah. No, I know. No one pays attention. So this is the box. And when they sent me a photo first, and I was like, oh, no, there's no way those eggs aren't crushed. But you guys read QuailCon, you all know, or you listen to Zach talk. He always double boxes everything, and this one was just fine. He also does send extra quail eggs quite often in case there are problems. So I had ordered 30. We ended up getting the full flat he had sent, which was awesome. I think that's 64 eggs. So I loaded up our 2 incubators here, and we still had some eggs left. And so I didn't want to get my real big one out and fix it right away. So I looked up Facebook Marketplace. That's actually what made me think about live streaming to Facebook. So I went to Facebook Marketplace. I don't do that. I probably should more often. And I found a Cubonics incubator real cheap. The guy had gotten it. I think he said he had just used it twice and just didn't want it anymore. And so I had to drive about half an hour to get it, but went and picked that up, got it real cheap, less than half the price. And I had gotten this quail 3D printed rack for the inside on eBay, actually, for real good price too. So they both came in at the same time. This isn't all filled because these are just the extra eggs I had left that I couldn't fit in these two. And got it loaded. So these started 2 days after the others. These two started on the 1st, and this one I believe started the 3rd, 4th, right? What is it now? It's the 5th now. So these started yesterday. So we'll see about the viability, but I got all 64 in, so that is awesome. These particular quail I decided to go with, I was actually going to show here. There we go. So I decided to go with the autumn amber quail. Really, the only reason being is these quail use are going to be for body heat in the greenhouse to help warm it up, keep those avocado plants alive. Also for quail production, we do sell quail eggs. And the regular size, I think, work a little better for sale just because of the fit for my cartons and all. I haven't gotten them to fit in the jumbo one. I haven't gotten the jumbo cartons yet. So still selling a lot of the regular size quail eggs. And then autumn amber. So, hey, it's autumn. I decided that's what we were going to go with. So these are the little guys that are going to be hatching out that we have all these eggs here. It says a splash of stunning reddish gold to your covey. Autumn ambers are standard size, good layers, feather sexable. So that was another reason I went with them. Within 3 weeks, you can use autumn ambers to create chicks whose gender is identifiable at hatch. Awesome. How do I stop screen? Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so I decided to go with those ones. I thought they would be some neat quails to go with. So I got all 64 eggs going. We'll see what the hatch rate is, and we'll follow that. They should, because of these two, I started on the 1st. We'll go into lockdown on the 15th, and then I should start having some babies about that time. Awesome. Cool. With all that said, I just got two things to talk about tonight. So usually my live streams, if anyone in here is unfamiliar, they usually go about half an hour to an hour, and that's what we'll do tonight. Tonight, I got two things to cover. So I want to talk about discovering a new vegetable, and then also I want to talk about the immune system, time of year, boosting it, things we can do for that, specifically for the poultry, though. And so we're going to go over two things here. But first of all, I wanted to show this. My wife got this out of our where'd you get it, babe? What's I think Thrive? It's a ginger Meyer lemon seltzer, I guess. She didn't like it at all, but I think it's delicious. And what made me think about it is I was in Verna's live stream this morning. If anyone hasn't been to Verna's lives Saturday mornings, definitely go. They're awesome. But she was talking about candied ginger and how to use it and different things like that. So I went looking for ginger to see if I could make some candied ginger tonight. So I thought that was awesome. Yeah. But I'll have to do that on a later date. But my wife did have these, which are good. And speaking of ginger and things, that's kind of I want to talk about the immune stuff later. So first, let's go ahead and hop into discovering a new vegetable. So I got a short little clip here. That is not it. This is lemongrass in the greenhouse. It makes the greenhouse smell like lemon. We use it in teas and food. Put it on the rack to dry. Hey y'all, look at those loofahs. That's not why we're here though. We've been digging up things. Look at these. So I don't know if anyone knows what these are. I am not sure. I've gotten a couple suggestions. I'm not sure how to tell when they're ripe either. So my wife tells me, just like with any other, where's the one up here? Just like with any other melons, you should be able, or gourds or something, you should be able just to pull on them when they're ready. I'm not sure. But I'm gonna go ahead and cut one of these off. Wow, they're really spiky. I'm gonna go ahead and cut one of these off, and I'll take one of the older ones, and we're gonna cut it open, and ow, geez, they hurt. I'm gonna have to get the scissors and see what's inside it. Alright, so I'm gonna cut this one off. And I want to take a look at it. I don't know if it's ready or what. There we go. Look at that thing. And so we'll just... All right, cool. So let's see what this very painful, very spiky thing looks like. All right, so that's the new vegetable. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I think it's a horned melon. That's what Google Lens told me. I had put it in a short, and I got a different answer. I forget what that was. But I think it's probably a horned melon. So let's do this. I am going to screen share. There we go. So here's some of the pictures I got. And by the pictures, I don't think the one I picked was right. And my wife had told me that. I didn't listen. I decided I wanted to do it on tonight's live stream anyways. Spiky chestnut, Kiwanu. Okay, so yeah, Kiwanu, horned melon. There we go. Who said that? That's Steve. Good job, Steve. I think you're right, told me so. Yeah. Well, I wasn't sure, but I think that's what this is. It looks like what it is to me. Um, but let me just look at this real quick because it has some different benefits, and then we're going to take a look at one here behind me, the one I picked. All right, so a couple different benefits I thought were neat. It says when ripe, the thick skin of the Kiwanu melon is bright orange and covered in small, spiny, which are very spiny, projections or horns. The inner flesh consists of a gelatinous lime green or yellow substance that houses a multitude of edible seeds. Have you tried it before, Steve? Or is it just something you've seen? Has anyone seen this before? So let's see. Here are 7 benefits of it. And so this says well, let me go through here. What was number 1? Contains a variety of essential nutrients. So this says this melon boasts an array of vitamins and minerals, which play a role in its ability to positively impact your health. And so it shows them here: vitamin A, C, magnesium, phosphorus, and a lot of good things. Okay. Number 2, provides several potent antioxidants. 3, promotes healthy red blood cell production. Cool. Promotes blood sugar control. Always good, especially nowadays with all the foods people eat. Supports proper hydration. Awesome. Water alone is often thought to be synonymous with hydration. However, electrolytes, okay, so such as potassium, magnesium, sodium are also necessary in maintaining the healthy status. There you go. May improve your mood. How is that? Both magnesium and zinc are involved in producing neurotransmitters that impact mood and are linked to some mood-related disorders such as depression or anxiety. Other potential benefits for bone health: encourages healthy skin, promotes heart health, and strengthens immunity. Awesome. So let me come back over here. So that's the horned melon. I think that's what I got here. And so I went ahead and I picked one, I think a little bit early. But let me show it. So I think it needs to be given a little more time. I still have a bunch on there. So I did plant these seeds and then I lost the pack. So I wasn't sure what they were. I don't know if other people grow them for anything, but that's what it looks like. These horns are very sharp. They are horns and they hurt. But I'm going to cut it open and we're going to take a look. So let's see. All right, let me cut this open. Oh, that's cool looking. It smells like a cucumber, or maybe a cantaloupe. I got a spoon here, so I'm gonna give this a taste. There we go. So let's give this a taste. So it has a lot of seeds in it that look like cantaloupe seeds, and I don't think it's quite ripe, so it's pretty hard. So we're gonna try some of these seeds though. No, that's weird. Okay. Woo, it's sour. How do I describe that? It's not bad. It's good. The seeds taste like kind of like little cantaloupe seeds, or like seedless watermelon little seeds. Yeah, now I see how the unripe one tastes. We'll taste the ripe one later. It's actually really good though. It's really sour, tart. It's very tart. I do like it. It tastes so the texture. You want to try? We got a yes. You want to taste?
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it taste good?
It's interesting.
What's
Let me get a
like?
good taste. I don't know.
Is it right?
What do you think? Come over here.
I'm gonna try it.
No.
It tastes very good.
It's good. You want to taste more? What do you think of the taste?
I like it.
Can you describe it?
It's a lot like a kiwi.
Like a kiwi. That's right. Yeah. So
Sour
the tartness of a kiwi. These
Like a
seeds
sour
are kind of like like little melon seeds.
It's a sour kiwi. That's what I think.
It's good. It's actually good though. The famous farmer Casey, he is here. Ripe ones will be sweeter. Verna says, "Hey, that's cool. Have you had one before, Verna?" Or just assuming because of knowledge. That's awesome. All right, so we're gonna leave that there. Thank you for joining me.
Can I steal
Yeah, but you want to be very careful, okay? It is very sharp.
one? Ooh, like,
And I'm gonna have you run off. I'm gonna shut the door.
wait, wait.
Many years ago. Okay, that's cool. So there you go. The horned melon. Very good. It does taste like a kiwi. He's right. So. All right, now I am gonna do something real quick here. Hang on. Okay, cool. So, hey, let's see, we got someone new in here. Bella's Whisper Farmstead. It's Kristen. Hey, how you doing? Awesome. Do you have a channel? It looks like you may. If so, we can drop that link. But good to see you. Welcome in. Many years ago, Verna tried the horned melon. It's called a kiwanu. I'm not surprised it tastes like a kiwi. Yeah, we're saying hi. So welcome in. Awesome. So I really only have one more thing tonight. We'll take a little bit of time here. But that is, I wanted to talk about the immune system, herbs, things we can do to boost that basically. And so now here I got my honey garlic, fermented honey garlic. It's almost gone. I need to make more. And this is a good thing. This time of year, it's starting to get colder. Winds and things are picking up. So it's a good idea to be thinking about boosting your own immune system. There we go. Verna dropped the link. Awesome. I will have to subscribe to your page. Actually, we're going to subscribe right now. And I'm going to check you out here. Homesteading on a budget. Oh, cool. Oh, your channel looks neat. Welcome in here. Very cool. Okay, so we'll have to check you out later. There we go. Awesome. Yeah, everyone can give them a check out. Discovering, I find the coolest channels through here. That's part of why I love doing this. But anyways, think about your own immune system. Fermented honey garlic, onion, turmeric, all those different things, fire cider. Now's the time to make it and to get yourself preemptively, really, boost that immune system and make it robust so that you don't get sick, hopefully, through the season here. But that's not really what I want to talk tonight. I want to talk about herbs on the chicken and not just the ones you're cooking. So we do a lot of different natural things here on the Urban Homestead to help our birds and plants and all that. Some of those things we do around this time of the year would be like natural dewormers. So like giving pumpkin seeds and things like that to the chickens, which help to naturally deworm them. Or maybe, the red chili flakes that you put in to help with their eggs and with those different things. Well, let me go ahead and put on this quick little video. Mr. Landfill sub 2, awesome. You got some left from last year. Very cool. Okay, so let me play this quick little video here. This one I can remove. 1 second. I have too many things. All right, there we go. Herbify your poultry. Excuse me. Why use herbs with your birds other than just for eating? And of course, we grow lots of herbs here on the urban homestead. We do a lot in teas. We have far more than we know what to do with. We dry a lot. We do a lot of fresh as we're cooking. We just run out to the garden and grab them. One of those is when we're eating chicken, poultry, or if it happened to be quail. We put a lot of different herbs on the birds to make them delicious. But there's a lot of other things you can do with those herbs. So why use herbs with your birds other than eating? Hey, I'll pause real quick. Verna's saying, thank you, Verna, for doing that. If you type in GBH, like Verna did right there for Grafted Branch Homestead, if anyone in here has a channel, go ahead and drop that link. Okay. So it provides many health benefits. There we go. Ranging from being antitoxins to natural dewormers, or wormers, I guess, or antibiotics. Some repel insects and others help calm or help with respiratory issues or immune system health. Their herbs are excellent at preventive care. Enriches their egg yolk, yes, but the crushed red peppers. There we go. Okay, what areas can I incorporate herbs with my poultry? Now, you can put them in nearly every area. Here we go. Got my list. All right. So you can put them in the feed. Nutritious dry herbs in the feed are going to help build their immune system and help with so many other health, have so many other health benefits. You can use herbs in their water, such as immune boosting garlic. You can use the herbs in the brooders, and you can use disease busting herbs, the ones that are going to keep away things that would hurt them in that young stage there. Herbs can be used in the nesting boxes to help. You put calming herbs in there to help them with egg laying and whatnot. Dust baths for repelling insects. Coop for cleanliness, keeping out those little mites and things like that. Even just simply putting cooling mint in ice cubes on hot summer days to help them cool down. So does yarrow. Does yarrow help with? I didn't know that, Vern. I'm going to jot that down. I usually keep my pen and a paper right here when I'm in the live streams because I learn so much from you guys. Yarrow. All right. There we go. Is that all I put in this little video? Makes their yarrow, they love it, and it makes their egg yolks brighter. Oh, yes. Okay, there you go. Herbify your poultry. So incorporating herbs in our poultry feed, our poultry in the coop and all that is something I've done all along a little bit, but it's something I'm going to really be getting into more now as I've done a little bit of research. So I kind of wanted to go over just a couple areas you can use herbs, some little research I have here on what herbs you can use in different areas for what. If you guys use different things yourself or know stuff, feel free to throw that in the chat. A couple things I'm really going to incorporate herbs more so that I haven't as much is in the coop itself. In the winter and the colder months, it's wetter out. There's could be more mud in the coop, things like that. They have more bedding in the bottom of the coop. They spend more time in the coop in the colder months, fall and winter. So getting mites and stuff like that can be more issues. It can also cause more stress because the birds are cooped up, literally. So that can cause more stress and stuff. So I'm going to be using more herbs through the fall and winter seasons and others, but particularly here now to help my birds out. I'm also going to be incorporating them in their feed quite a bit more. Now, I do want to say herbs are cheap. They have usage. If you're introducing them into the feed for chickens or your quail or whatever poultry, I suggest maybe like I'm going to do, starting off with smaller amounts, giving them, and then building up to a larger amount just so that they can get used to that. So let's see here. Yarrow is an herb too. It is. Some of the things I do already is I've been putting in some apple cider vinegar, garlic, and is that all? I think I'm missing something. No, that's all I put. Oh, I did a little bit of the chicken vitamins too. But anyways, yeah. So garlic and apple cider vinegar. I put a little bit of that in the water system for the chickens and the quail, and that's going to help them with deworming and all that as well, keeping them healthy. It also kills things that may be in the water and whatnot. Um, so a couple areas you can use some different herbs. Using herbs in the chicken coop. So these are going to help particularly to keep the pests away and things like that is what I'm looking at them for. One of the things you can use that I have a lot of is mint. Mint is a rodent and insect repellent with disease prevention, parasite control, and encourages feather growth. So another thing with this time of year is those birds are probably going to be going through their molts, and so they'll lose their feather. They'll look like they got ran over by a truck, kind of, and then they'll start regrowing those feathers back. So mint is something I have. It grows every. Mice are something we right now unfortunately have a ton of, and they are everywhere. Not really, but I've been catching them a lot. So keeping away the insects, those mites and things that may want to sink into the coop, as well as rodents that may want to make their little home there as it's getting is going to be awesome. And then yes, oh, okay. You ate it all. Very good. Thank you very much. All right. Let me say goodbye to you because I'll lose my train of thought otherwise. Thank you, Casey Case. And I got a lot I want to talk about. Thank you, guys. Look at that map of New Mexico on the door. Casey drew that. He was quite a bit younger. Okay. So talking about mint. It's going to help with the disease prevention, the parasite control, and then with encouraging feather growth as molting is coming on. So mint is something that is going to be added to the coop. I'm going to do several different things. Let's see, can we shut this door, please, buddy? Because you're distracted. Thank you. Sorry about that. We always enjoy having Farmer Casey here, but when I'm trying to think, sometimes it doesn't work quite as well. We'll invite him back in a minute. So I'm going to be including mint dried in some little bags that are going to go in the coop. I'm also going to have a mixture of some dry herbs that I kind of crush up and spread along the bottom along with the lime. And so we're going to be using mint. The second one is lavender. This is something else I started growing this year. We use a lot in our teas and have collected. I have a couple good lavender plants. Lavender is really calming. It has the calming effect on the chickens. And I'm particularly talking about chickens because it's what I'm focusing on. However, these things can be used for your quail as well in various ways. The quail, I'm going to focus more on herbs I put in their feed a little bit through the winter, not necessarily in their cages. I keep my quail a little too long, but usually people turn the quail quicker, and so there's not as much need for doing these types of things. However, if you see issues, it can be done with any of your poultry. So lavender, calming effects on the chickens. It increases blood circulation and is highly aromatic and an insecticide. So it'll help keep away the birds as well with increasing the circulation. My idea behind that is the birds are going to be in the coop more. They're going to be standing on the perches, not moving around quite as much. So getting that blood going through the combs and through their bodies is going to be excellent. So I'm going to include lavender in the dry herbs as well as the crushed set. Next one, and this is a big one we were doing this year, was oregano. And so we made oregano oil this year. I've been using it a little bit for some things and really discovering oregano as a super herb. But oregano for the birds and in the coop right here in particular, it's an anti-parasitic, an antifungal, and has antibiotic properties. So in this one, it's to keep things out of the coop. So again, in the packs and the crushed runs around. Yarrow, hey, I did write it down. Look at that. So yarrow serves as a antibacterial, an anti-inflammatory, clears sinuses and respiratory systems. It's a stress reliever and heals wounds. It's also an insecticide as well. So the more insecticides, the better. Keep those bugs out. But yarrow definitely, I use it for myself because it's the antibacterial, anti-inflammatory. We know that it's good for that. Something I stumbled across, though, that I thought was cool, that it helps clear out your sinuses and it helps with the respiratory system. So again, in the coop, that's what we're talking about. Those birds are going to be cooped up more, the windows shut up more through the winter. So keeping them with a healthy respiratory system is going to be important. So yarrow in the packs, crushed yarrow in the coop, and then stress relief as well as healing wounds. A couple other herbs I just pulled up that I may include. These aren't ones I necessarily grow. Some of them I do, and I have a lot of, such as lemon balm, lemongrass, and so I will include. Some of them I do not. I may buy. Those are bay leaves, lemon balm, lemongrass, pineapple, sage, rosemary, so I'll include that, thyme, basil, bee balm, and catnip. All good things you can also include in the coop. So, and then something else I saw here that I thought I may make actually on one of my live streams, but I wanted to mention. So I'm going to do the bags, kind of hang them and put them around. I'm going to do the crushed herbs, but you can also make herbal sprays that you can spray around the coop. So you may make one of those. Do you have oregano oil recipe? So for mine, I did it basically just like I did a tincture. I'll grab it real quick. Might as well. This is my tincture. This is my buzz button tincture that makes a local lidocaine almost. Let me grab my oregano. Well, I don't see it right offhand. I'll just look around real quick. I moved it. Oh, here it is. Okay. You're not going to be able to see too well. I don't know why I needed to find it, but yeah. So this is my oregano oil, and I made it on a live stream. And basically, I use dry and fresh oregano. Just cut it up real small, kind of mashed it up, and I filled up a container with oil, and I let it soak in where I do my vanilla and things like that, kind of in the dark area. For a month. It actually went for 2 months. And then I strained it out, and that gave me my oregano oil. So it's not oregano oil like if you distilled it and got the oil off of it that way. It is an infused oil. And so this is also a dilute. So it's one I can take subliminally under the tongue or put right on me without it burning me. So that's the type I made. There's not really a recipe, I guess. Yeah, that's basically what I did. So then, okay, let me get on here a little bit. Using them in the nesting boxes. So the herbs that I'm specifically going to focus in on the nesting boxes. Let's see. You keep cutting out here and there when you cover your mouth and move around a lot. Oh, I'm sorry. Thanks, guys. I kind of talk with my hands and do a lot. Is the sound better? Is that fan in the background being crazy? 7 people in here. Hey. Awesome. Thanks. Yeah. Can you hear me all right? And I'll run through this. We're getting through it here. Distance from the microphone, Steve says. Oh, sorry about that. I have a lot of issues with my sound and production. 5x5. Okay, cool. Try and do better. Thank you. So herbs to use specifically in the nesting boxes. Lavender is calming again. It increases the blood circulation. Highly aromatic. It's an insecticide. Mint, once again, for all the properties I had said. This one's where I'm going to use lemongrass. I included lemongrass in the beginning of my horned melon video there. We have a lot of it. Lemongrass is something Verna had asked me if I had growing a year ago or so, or two, I guess. And I didn't. And so it's something I've been growing. We've been using in our teas. We have so much of it this year. We've been drying. I need to get a headset like you have. Yeah, I hate wearing headsets. That's why I don't. I think I need a lapel mic or to figure that out maybe. And then this camera I use costs like $15. So, but anyways, lemongrass it helps to repel flies, mosquitoes. So this time of year, that's great for both of those, and flying insects. So lemongrass, I'm actually going to be putting in these little mesh bags I have, packing them with a couple other herbs, and those are going to be hung in the coop and nesting boxes. Using them in the chicken run. So we've done the nesting box, we've done the coop. Now we're moving into the chicken run. So these are herbs specifically for the chicken run and why. Lemongrass again to repel the insects and pests. This is one where I'm going to be including basil as well. Basil is an antioxidant. It's calming, it prevents disease, controls parasites, improves respiratory health, high in protein, and repels harmful insects, and is an anti-diarrheal. Now, I know sometimes this year my chickens can kind of get the runs a little bit the things I'm feeding them. They get a lot of harvest leftovers and stuff. So we'll be including that. And I'm not going to read all these. We'll go through it a little bit quicker. I won't read all the things because a lot of them are the same. But also going to be including dill for the same reason. Rosemary will be included. This is a pain reliever. It improves the respiratory health. It's calming and also keeps away insects. And then mint as well. So in the run, kind of how to use these. Is going to be plants. Now, this time of year, they're going to die. Obviously, it's winter. So I'm just going to use some of the crushed mix I use and spread it around the run a little bit. The plan here, though, is primarily looking at what going into spring and planting these different herbs in and around the run to help them out and the ones they can get to eat as well. So herbifying your chickens or your poultry and using them in the dust baths. And I'm running through my list here. Thank you guys for bearing with me. Hopefully it helps out a little bit. I can always say, I will, Verna, you can ask me for any herbs or anything you need. And you may have to bug me a little because I'm very forgetful, but I will send you what you need. So in the dust bath, these are going to be dried, obviously, and crushed down and added to the dust bath. Lavender, mint, and rosemary for insecticides. This one is I'm going to include anise. I think I'm saying that right. It's not one I grow here. It's one I've used in making sodas and things. So I do have it. So I'll include that. Dill, fennel, ginger, and mint. And these are good at disease and parasite prevention, so it's going to get up in their feathers. Dried wormwood. This is one I'm going to purchase. And I don't like doing that a lot, but we don't grow it. But that's going to be dried wormwood. Wormwood is good at keeping lice and mites away. So this is one I'm going to get and powder and use in dust baths for them. In the winter, providing dust baths for them is a little more important because they don't have as much run of the yard. A lot of times it could be wet or snowy, or getting their baths isn't quite as easy. So I include big trays. I have big plastic trays that you put plants, like potted plants in. They're real big ones. I got from work for free, but I use those and for their baths at that time of year. So dried wormwood, and then yarrow again for its benefits. And that will be crushed up. Getting to the big one I kind of wanted to talk about. This is what I will be doing for the chicken feed. This is also going to be going to the quail. I do want to mention my chicken, I do provide crushed granite and things for their digestive system so that it can work because they eat a lot of compost and scraps and stuff like that. The quail, be careful with wormwood. Oh, okay. Why is that, Verna? Is it just in the amount? I will definitely do research, though. Thank you. But the quail, if you're going to be giving them other things in their feed, they don't often have grit or stuff because they just eat their crumble, at least mine. If you're giving them dirt baths regularly, they'll get that, some of the grit from that. But you can just give them a little bit too if you're going to be adding things to their feed. And I'll be adding some of these. So herbs to go in the poultry feed. Garlic, first of all, it repels fleas, ticks, and other parasites, controls odor, and is a natural wormer. Has overall health benefits, increases feed conversion. So they're going to get more out of the feed that they do eat, which is good. In the winter, they're probably getting a little bit less unless I'm personally giving them more. Supports respiratory health and immune system. So garlic is a super one for us. It is for the birds as well. They get their garlic. I add it to the water. But in their feed, I'm going to do dried garlic that's crushed and ground and a little bit in their feed. Now, the amounts, I'm going to start off small, and then we'll up a little bit. Basil and lemon balm. So these are both things we grow a lot of. I have a lot of dried ones. That's awesome. Good way to use it. They're insecticides. They create orange egg yolks and are high in protein. So I had talked about the crushed pepper flakes, and then you guys had mentioned yarrow to help with the egg yolks. But basil and lemon balm are going to help with that as well. So those dried and crushed in their feed. dried parsley is a laying stimulant. So through the fall and winter, the birds, depending on your setup, your area of the country, and all that, either stop laying or slow down. Ours slow down a little bit. They do get, it's a little warmer here in New Mexico. Um, they're on a controlled lighting schedule or system. And so my birds do lay all year long. They just slow down in the winter. But parsley is a laying stimulant. It helps blood vessel development and circulation, encourages feather growth, and is high in protein. I didn't know that. So parsley. Oregano to their feed, anti-parasitic, antifungal, and antibiotic. Uh, I don't have bee balm, so I won't be including that. If you have it, awesome. But dill, oregano, and thyme, they're all good for respiratory health. Chickens in particular, but all poultry can develop respiratory issues pretty easily. It's something that happens a lot, especially through these months. So all good. Fennel, marjoram, and nasturtiums are all great. We have allowed our chickens to destroy our nasturtium beds, so they've been getting a lot of that already. But yeah. Cilantro, sage, and spearmint, and tarragon, if you have it. They're all great just for general health, so I'll be putting in some amounts of that. Alfalfa, I might buy a little bit. I kind of want to go pick up some straw bales and things, so I might get some alfalfa as well to include. But then dandelion greens, so we can go around and find those if I have those. Those are going to help with egg yolk as well. So comfrey, not one I have that I'm growing. If you have it though, and I will be growing it next year, comfrey aids in digestion. So it's an anti-inflammatory. It supports bone and artery growth, has vitamin B12, and is high in protein. When I read that, I thought, I'm growing comfrey next year for myself in particular, but also for the birds. So we'll get comfrey. Let me get to comment here real quick, and we're almost done with this. So let me see. I think yeah, just a few things. Okay. So talking about that wormwood, used regularly or in excessive amounts, it can cause convulsions and death. Oh, man. Not just to the parasitic worms, but also to the chickens. Ah, got you. Different species of wormwood vary in amount. All right, so wormwood. So this is one. Thank you, Berna. Again, I get so much knowledge from you guys. So I may not put it in then. I may still, I'm going to do a little more research. I might swap that out for like crushed ground pumpkin seeds because those kind of do a lot of those same things. Thank you, Berna. Almost all herbs you can eat will enrich their, okay. Oh, cool. So this should do it anyways. Awesome. So in the water, I talked about a little bit. Garlic, it repels fleas, ticks, and other parasites, controls odor, and is a natural wormer. Has overall health benefits, increases feed conversion, supports respiratory health and immune system. So garlic in the water. What I do is I just put, depending on which birds it is, 1 to 3 cloves in their water dish, and I change the water regularly. But in the water, and these are going to be fresh herbs that I'm adding, basil and lemon balm for the same reasons. Also the parsley, oregano, and dandelion, if I can find it. Those I'm going to do fresh, kind of just mold, and then added to their water dish. And this is not something I'm going to do all the time, or the herbs to the feed all the time. I am going to pick it up and start off slow and increase through the winter months. And then in spring, I'll do it sporadically throughout spring and summer. They get a lot of herbs just from being in the yard too. So my primary thought behind it, as far as their feed goes, the coop and stuff will be done all year. But as far as their feed goes, primarily through these months here. So there's the water. So far we talked about herbifying your poultry as fun. We talked about the chicken coop, the nesting boxes, the dust baths, the chicken run, feed and water for quail or whatever as well. And the water too, one thing I read, if you don't want to just add the herbs directly to the water, you can turn that to like a sun tea almost. Just put all those fresh herbs in and make it a nice sun tea and use that water for them as well. And then let's see here. Did I have anything else here? Nope, that was it. Cool. Yeah, awesome. So you guys stuck through it. That is herbifying your flock. Herbify your poultry. So herbs are good and great for a lot of other things besides just making your poultry taste yummy. And so that's something I'm going to be diving into over these next few months, and hopefully that helps someone out as well. Next year, grow some sweet potatoes. Verna, you are all about those sweet potatoes. I absolutely love them. But yes, I think that's so cool. You actually got some too. Anyone in here doesn't follow Verna? Ed's here. Hey, Ed. You're kind of coming in at the last 9 minutes here, but welcome. Hey, Matt and Verna, everyone else, just drop by. Say, I'm glad you dropped by, Ed. I always love seeing you in here. All right. And everyone's saying hi. Hey, and Katrina popped in too. So and Tara, good evening from Oregon. Good to see you, Katrina. Hey, this Monday night, I'm gonna get to be able to join your live stream. This one and next, I believe, because I have a little bit of time off for Sukkot here, so I'm gonna be doing some camping and some things around the homestead. Hopefully, more videos. But I'm gonna get to join in your live, so that's awesome. I threw away my notes. That's okay. That was about all I had for tonight. Hopefully, you guys can use some of that advice, some of that knowledge on herbs and your poultry to help out. Herbifying your poultry, besides just eating, is a great thing to do in this time of year. So if you miss that and that's something you want to catch, go back a little bit and catch that out. There's the horn spike melon. Not quite right, but me and my son ate. Here's the one he devoured. You want to? There we go. Tastes kind of like kiwi. That was awesome. So we did that. We talked about the herbs, a little bit of going-ons around here. Oh, I took away the camera. I showed the incubators here. Let's see. I can put that back on. I'm just going to show them real quick again. This is my eye in the sky cam. I don't know if it pops up and says that, but that's what I named it tonight. So I'm just going to spend the next 7 to 10 minutes here, whatever, chatting. That's where the end of this chat's going. So you guys came in for the good stuff. All right, let me see. Here we go. So if you weren't here for the beginning, I got 3 Cubonics incubators now. I briefly mentioned I got one off Facebook Marketplace, really cheap, and that was awesome. That came in just in time. I ended up getting the eBay ordered 30 quail egg thing, but I don't have them all in here. So we got 64 eggs going. I was planning on, we were planning on 30 eggs, but we got a lot more than that. So they'll be hatching out. The autumn amber quail, super excited for that. There we go. So those will be hatching out. I haven't gotten about really any more work done on the greenhouse. I need to, so that we can get the quail in there and keeping it warm. The temperatures here in New Mexico at night have been dropping in the very low 50s. They'll be getting into the 40s here soon. And then in the day, it's been up in the 90s. So we get a huge swing this time of year, which is really rough on the plants and animals. And I have a couple ones that wouldn't survive if I don't take care of them. We got those 2 avocado trees, and I got my, we do have marjoram. Is that what I planted? I mean, it's so horrible in names. We need to cover these incubators back up. But anyways, yeah, so we have a couple plants in the greenhouse I want to keep alive. You hit the 30s in Oregon. Ooh. Quail math. That's the. Here we go. That's the shirt you're wearing right now, Brenda. Quail math. Yeah, I'm doing good there, Katrina. I'm doing really good. So I just got over shingles, actually. So I'm over that. So I'm doing great now. The family's been sick and we have so much going on, but we are truly blessed. Actually, we just celebrated Feast of Trumpets. So celebrating that, and we got Atonement coming up here in Sukkot. So I'll be doing some camping. We got that going on, which is awesome. Any aviary updates? Are you talking about me building an aviary? No and yes, I guess. Okay, so I'm building a coop, chicken house for my silkies. I've been pouring a lot of work into that. They need it for this winter. They've been camping out behind the quail shack. So the whole area by the quail shack is going to eventually be covered, is the plan, by winter here, or a lot of it at least. And that will incorporate the silkies coop and run. And then a good 6 by 6 by section of that, I'm going to board off, and that is going to be the quail aviary. that I can move them out. So, see, I'm kind of stuck in this weird spot right now. We want to move. We want to get land. So we're actively working at that. We have some things going on, and we're really hoping maybe next year or so even to get out and be out. So when I talk to my wife about the garden, she's like, "Oh, well, we won't be doing that here next year. We may not. That's the goal, but we also may. We don't know. Life is crazy, and I don't want to force things. We want them to go about them the right way. So I'm stuck in this weird spot. And I know Katrina, you were here too. I'm assuming, but in whether how much I want to pour into the homestead here, and I still want to. We want to learn. I want to provide the things needed and all that, but then what we want to move. So, like with the silky coop I just built, it's mobile. It's able to be moved, so that's coming with us. The aviary, I want to build it in wall sections that are bolted together so they can be unbolted and the wall sections can be taken. So that's my plan behind that. And so what I've decided basically is because I do want to move on with stuff here. I'm not going to be putting a lot of money into it, but everything I'm doing, I'm going to be making so it's able to be moved. So that's the plan. So hopefully by winter, hopefully by December here, I'll give myself 2 months. I got the silky coop finished. I got the run done and the aviary done. So that way come spring, I can get some quail out in it. There you go. Plans are good. And if you need to wait until after you move, that's okay. Yeah. 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 It all make sense now. And how have you been doing out on your land? I need to catch up on your streams. I'll be able to catch it this Monday, but are you making a lot of progress out there? Yeah, you got a lot of stuff to work out there. Good plan. Make sure they break down into sizes that fit into whatever you're moving in. Yep. Yeah, I thought about that too. So I think I'm going to do it. That's what I was thinking about doing it 6 foot by 6 foot by 8 foot because those can fit in the truck bed and I can make them panels and just, do it that way, hopefully. Yeah. So these next few streams, I'll be able to catch up with you and what you're doing. That I'm excited for that. Anyone else have things going on? Beginning of October here. It's Balloon Fiesta in New Mexico. So we can go to the International Balloon Field, the park, and see the balloon globes and all that. And I kind of thought about doing that and filming. I don't think we're going to. It would cost us about $100 to get my family there, plus if we buy food or anything. So that's a lot. Whereas I can hang out in my backyard and watch the balloons fly over. So I don't think we're going to do it, but it is cool. Check into pods, Matt. Are you talking about like the storage containers? Oh, that I could fit the stuff to move if we move. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So the chicken coop, the silky one too, originally I was building it to be all broken down. It has a small footprint, so it can be moved, but it's not breakable anymore, besides the nesting box, which can come off. Yep. So we don't know. We are always looking at land around and different places and discussing things, and that's progressing. Of course, we're saving, and then we have some other family issues I've gone into before. I won't really go into now, but that we have to consider. And, a lot goes into where and what. And so I want to make sure we do it in God's time, we do it right, and go about it the right way too. We don't want to rush into something and then get caught and trapped and end up in a bad situation and losing it. So there's that too. And where we're at, we're in a good place. We really are. It's great. We can do a lot with where we're at. I like it. There's a few things I don't like, the security, and then I'd rather be in the country and water and all those different things. But we're blessed. We really are. I don't complain. So almost 8 acres. Oh, hey, oh, ooh! Your neighbor's house is for sale. Almost 8 acres in Oregon. I spent some time in Oregon when I was very little. I have a lot of family up in Oregon. So when I was real little, I think 3, 4, 5 in there, I was in Oregon. Beautiful country. Almost 8 acres. Woo! What I could do on 8 acres. So our entire plot here is about a quarter acre. And that includes the house too. So I mean, our garden and backyard's maybe a tenth of an acre, maybe. And we do a lot on it. We grow corn, we grow wheat, we've grown um, copious amounts of vegetables and herbs. We got chickens, 2 different flocks, and quail, and P&W rocks. What's P&W, Mr. Landfill? I'm not sure what that is. That's bigger than I had when I was in California. This spot here is? Wow, it looked a lot bigger, I guess, in the videos. I've learned though it can be deceiving. Like I show the quail shack a lot, and then my dad came to visit, and he tells me, "Oh, it's a lot smaller than it looks in the videos." Oh, the Pacific Northwest. That makes sense. It is. It is gorgeous up there. Absolutely beautiful area. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I do love the sun. Hey, and Tracy's here. Speaking of you guys, glad to see I'm still live. I am. You caught the end of it, but we're chatting. We might just chat for a little bit here until people start hopping off. But good to see you. Hope you're feeling better there, Tracy. I hope you're doing good. Katrina says I was on 7,000 square foot lot. Okay, yeah. Wow, you did a lot there. You have a little bit more room to work with now. I like your plan too that you had of how you wanted to do it. I thought that was neat. So, of some of what I heard. Sorry, I'm itchy. I don't know, this time of year I get all dry and super itchy, and then the room's really hot, and so I keep scratching myself. People probably think I'm on drugs. I shouldn't say that. I notice I do that a lot on camera, though. It bugs me. I have to tell myself not to do it. It's a nervous habit. Lots of good plans. Good. I'm glad. So let's see here. We got Oregon, New Mexico, Ohio, Michigan. Who else do I see? I'm not sure where you're from, Bella or Kristen. Who else is in here that I missed? Arkansas, I think still. Who am I missing? I don't know. We got a lot of states in here, so we're covering a good portion of the United States right now. Georgia, yeah. So we got from Oregon to Georgia to New Mexico to Ohio. We got a good portion. Hey, I got this map here. Let me pull it up real quick. I like to do my pinpoint map, and if it's okay with you, Kristen, over there at Bella's Whisper Farmstead, I'd like to add you to our map. I don't need to put a name or anything. It's just adding a pin. You'll see here. Um, so what about area? You don't have to give me a city or anything if you don't want. Oh, okay. Wow, Atlanta. I flew through there. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to add a pin to Atlanta. And then I'll show my little map. One moment here. Okay, sorry about that. There we go. And slideshow, not now, from the beginning. Very good. And how did I do this again? Control tab, Alt tab, Alt tab. There we go. Let's go back to StreamYard. And we're going to screen share. There we go. Okay. So this is my little map, and I'm missing some of them. I'm also missing the UK. I'm always fixing it. But I added a pin there to Atlanta, Georgia. Hopefully that's all right with you. Oh, I need to add Oregon in here. What part of Oregon? You are right where in here? I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna add the pin. I love Alt Tab. I am horrible with the buttons. They make fun of me at work because I have to copy paste and I right click and all that and they get all mad and don't do that. Anyways, I'm not good with the computer. Okay, yeah, oh yeah, all right, yeah, that's what I thought. Right out there on the coast. So let's go ahead and put a pin in down there. Where'd my mouse go? My mouse is freaking out. Why? I think it's because I'm doing too much. One second here, I'm having some technical difficulties. Escape. All right. Now will it let me? Now it'll let me. All right. So now I get to add 2 pens tonight. How cool. There we go. There we go. And Alt Tab. Alt Tab. Oh, I was doing my Alt Tab wrong. I got to push it multiple times. All right. Let's show one more time here. Woo, it's hot in this room. It is heating up. There we go. All right, I added you. Douglas County. There we go. So I got to add Oregon and Atlanta, Georgia. And you look at all these pins. We got a good spread on the United States. I'm missing a bunch of people up in this area here. You know, this map looks a lot like the QuailCon map, too, a little bit. Oh, I'm missing a couple of them. That's okay. Looks like a Quaily lover's map. There we go. The northern lights could be seen as far south as Iowa, Oregon, and Pennsylvania, according to the center. If conditions are right, the northern lights are bright. That is so cool. I really like watching the skies. If you followed me for a little while, you probably know, but I like watching the sun and the moon, and I think there's a lot going on there and a lot to do with them. And I've always wanted to see the northern lights. That's on my bucket list for sure. That's cool. You can see it down that far. How cool. That's something I really want to experience. Well, we got 10 people in here. I don't got a lot of content. I went through all my content a little bit ago. So we're just chatting. We'll just hang out. I'm going to just hang out and chat for a little bit here, and either until I get bored of it or you guys start leaving, I guess. We'll see. So I got camping coming up. I'm going to be going out to a lake up here and doing some camping. And so I'm starting to put together bags, cooking kit and all. And I got these little tubes, which I think are cool. And I'm starting to fill these with, sorry, my finger. Looks like I painted my nail, and I did not. I hate that. But it's just, I got it smashed. And so, anyway, I got some pink Himalayan salt and some black pepper. And then I'm also going to fill one up with onion powder and garlic and one with crushed red pepper. Putting together my little kitchen kit for my camping. They are awesome, the Northern Lights. I've seen them in Alaska and Iowa very briefly for your year in California, this year in California. I might go for a drive tonight or tomorrow night. That is so cool. Oh man, you got to get that on film if you can. I know they're hard to film, kind of. I've always thought, man, I got to go to Iceland one of these days. But if I could do it a lot, not quite as far, that would be awesome. I provided a lot of content. Well, good. I'm glad. I like to keep the content going. You've never seen him. Verna's never seen him either. So Verna, we got to see him. Verna doesn't fly, though, so we need to see him. And hopefully they're not coming down as far as you. Otherwise, that's pretty scary. Well, you're kind of at that latitude. The ones in Alaska were awesome. I bet. So there's a guy I follow. I haven't followed in a little while, sorry, but is Not So Remote Alaska. I think he actually followed me for a little bit. I don't know if he still does, but Not So Remote Alaska. He talked about them, but I liked watching those. It's just so different than here, so I enjoy watching it. Tracy, look, there's Tracy and my dad there. Dad's freaking out trying to get us ready for Sukkot. Yeah, I've been freaking out too. This year I'm trying to go at things no stress because I'm not ready. And I'm only doing one night camping, and then we're going to camp out here in the yard some and do some other things, but he's freaking out. Yeah. I'm actually going to the dad. If you're listening, I don't know if you're listening or just Tracy, but I'm going to Morphe Lake out here, so I think that's neat. I'm gonna try and do that. We went to that lake. Yeah. So you guys, let's see. Have you started doing any what animal? Have you started doing your hatches out there yet, Katrina? Your quail and all that. You have some goats, right? I believe. Mr. Landfill, when are you going to get some quail? We plan on eating quail a lot more. We haven't. I don't cull as often as I should. Our quail a lot older. We do utilize the eggs a lot. We don't eat them quite as often, so we do plan on doing that a lot more throughout this winter. We really want to be incorporating that to the diet. Need land first, yeah, yeah. I understand. Well, if you ever need them, I was gonna say I'll send you eggs, but you're a whole lot closer to my shire product. I'll still send you them if you want. Verna said, yeah, Verna's in that same boat right now. Oh, no, haven't done them yet. You have plans that need to happen before quail again. Yeah. Goats will be spring, summer. Okay. So that's the plan. That's a good plan. Stick to it. Make sure things are ready before you hop into it, especially uh, Oregon in the winter here. Awesome. Am I building a sukkah for Sukkot? So, all right, yeah, I'll talk about that a little bit for a sec. So, a sukkah is basically a gazebo, pretty much. You build, and it's a built structure with three walls. One's open, and then kind of a slotted or an open roof. A lot of times they put like palm leaves and things on top, so you can see the stars through. A lot of people nowadays just go camping in a tent for Sukkot. Anyways, we had built I think 2 years ago now, our sukkah, which is our little gazebo thing. And I didn't finish it on purpose. Last year we did a little more work, and then the plan was this year to finish it and do more work, get it sanded and waterproofed and finished up. Um, I'm not going to have the funds for that or whatnot, so I might do a little work on it this year, but we will still be in it. And so I'm going to try and tarp up three walls. If not, we'll just have the tent on it. But we are going to utilize it some. I'll try and do a little bit more video of that this year. It's something that's really personal, so I don't really record a lot of the things we do there. I do want to do more. I don't know. I'm learning. Everyone have a blessed night. Oh, yep. Bye, Lucy. Take her out, and then bye, Verna. Thank you so much for showing up, moderating. Great to see you as always. Until next time. Have a great night, Verna. The lake sounds great. We'll be 8 days in hill country. Very cool. The river's not so good this year. Dad brought a new kit to build sukkah this year too. Very cool. I'm curious to see. Maybe take some photos. Have to see how that goes. I'd like to get to that point where I can take a real long time, take the 8 days or whatnot to do it like that. I don't know. With the kids in school and all, it's really difficult. I don't know if it's going to happen until they're out. But I'll get my one night at least. So we'll be building on it a little bit. That's always a fun project. And I'll be getting out the little stove. It was a tent stove for hot tent, but I haven't used it to cook on. And we'll get that out again with Farmer Casey, and I'll be doing my fires and stuff. So I did take off a good chunk off work for it. So Sukkot commemorating the time the Israelites spent in the wild after being freed from slavery. Yep. In Egypt, the story of Moses. Yeah, thanks for sharing. It is. Yeah. It's the feast for the Feast of Tabernacles. I'll do a talk on it. I've been asked before by quite a few people, and I haven't really done a lot, mostly because I don't know a whole lot. I mean, I'm still really new to it, and I think I know more than I give myself credit for. I'll do a separate little video, and I'll name it. And I'll this year I will really put in the effort to making a small little video just talking about what we do and how we celebrate it and all that. Because it is interesting. It is. So I'll do that. Kind of what I know about it. Just it'll be me talking a lot, but I'll put out a separate little video for that. Something we do, and something it's part of us. Yeah. What else have we got going on? So Farmer Casey, he's in band and orchestra, and he had his first concert. I wasn't able to go to, but I got a lot of video, and so he played the and that was awesome. And then my older son's been in soccer, so he's been getting that going. We've been going to the games, and that's been a lot of fun. Thanks, Steve, for sharing. Looks like I'm at about an hour 17, so I am going to start dwindling it off. I wait to eat my dinner until after the live stream. Otherwise, I get real tired. So I'm starting to get pretty hungry now. My wife made some butter oil noodles with all kinds of vegetables from the garden, and it was so yummy. So I'm going to go see if there's more of that left. If not, I got some other good things. So I'll give it just another couple minutes here. If you guys want to say anything, add anything, or questions or whatnot, I'll give it 2 minutes or so, and then we'll be hopping off. We're still thinking tomorrow we may go to the farmers market, the rail yard here in Albuquerque. And if we do that, I might go live and vertical stream it a little bit, but we will see. If not, then we may not be on. But how much winter do we get here? Yeah, so we're on in the high desert, about 7,000 feet up. So it gets very cold at night and hot in the day. Winters for us will be pretty much 40s in the day and like 80s, or 40s at night and 80s in the day through November, December. Kind of it'll start dropping down a little bit, and then into December, January and February we get maybe a snow or two in there. I think last year we had maybe 2 or 3 snows. Sometimes we can get a lot of snow. Sometimes, like last year, we really don't get any. Winters are mostly just very bitter and cold. It will drop down at night, sometimes down near 0, but usually in the 20s or low teens there at night, and then up in the day. So our winters for us are cold enough that it kills off a lot of plants that I don't cover and stuff. And they can still get hot in the day. So they're fairly mild, I guess. I think they stink. They're just cold. We get bitter winds. I can go up to the mountains, drive up to the mountains, spend 45 minutes drive up there, and they have skiing and snowing, a lot of snow and stuff just up the Sandias here. New Mexico's cool because you can go up the Sandias, go skiing, then go down and go for a nature walk along the Rio Grande, and it could be nice and sunny for a picnic in the afternoon. That's kind of how a lot of the summers go. But we are zone 7A, 7B, so it does kill off a lot of plants. There's a lot of things that I'd like to grow that don't. Not bad, though. Yep. And in the spring, it really, you're 8B, okay. In the springs, we don't have a lot of fall or spring here. It really goes from summer into winter kind of, and then winter, bitter cold at night, up in really high in the day. It kind of does that same swing up in spring again. So we kind of miss a lot of the cucumber pea time unless I hit it right. I have coming in the mail supposedly from Gurney's. They're supposed to be here already, but I don't know. All of our garlic we didn't have a garlic harvest last year. We just had a little bit. The previous year, my garlic had died, so I didn't save it. So I got new garlic coming in, a couple different varieties. I'll do a little video on that. And the bed where I had corn planted is going to be a 10-foot by 6-foot bed of all garlic. And then I have another bed, onions going into. And then this morning we were talking about saffron on Verna's stream. So I'm going to get some saffron bulbs and get those in at the same time. Yeah, the greenhouse still will get cold enough. It will kill things even in there. There are a month or two that it does get down cold enough that I need some type of little heater or something in there. I didn't want to do an electric one or a gas one. I'm really worried about stuff out there burning down. I also wanted things to be on solar. So quail bodies are warm. I originally wanted to put rabbits in there. I didn't move on that quick enough for my son. That still may happen. We'll see. But Verna said put the quail in there. So the quail are going in there. Territorial seeds. Let me write that down. I'll check them out. You just got yours. Okay. Yeah, I don't know what the problem is. I had an issue with them last year too. I know Gurney's people keep telling me they're good. I have not had good luck with them. I don't know. We'll check that out. So yeah, garlic I'm supposed to have, and I should have it every year and get it going. But saffron, Baker Creek has them, and Dutch Grown is where you got them from when you ordered before. Okay, I'll look up that. Oh, what's my computer doing? Oh, they're in Oregon. Okay, cool. I don't think there's any seed places really around me right here that I found. I could look more, but yeah. So this winter, I'm probably not putting wheat in. Otherwise, I need to get that in right away. So probably not going to do wheat this year. I am going to be putting in onions, garlic, the saffron, and I was thinking there was something else. The strawberries are going to overwinter. There's a lot of things that are going to overwinter, but I think that's all that's going in to grow for fall. You have a video on growing it. I may have seen it, I think, but I'm going to look for it again. So, Solitaire on growing saffron. I will look that up. I do so many herbs and spices here. That's one I've always really wanted to do. So we'll do a little bit of that this year. I have my truck this year, so I plan on going and getting some straw bales, some actual big straw bales instead of how I was doing it before. So I'm going to get 2 of those in this next week or so here sometime, and do a lot of ground cover. I did do a chop and drop on part of our garden where the sunflowers and things like that died in part of our back garden, and so those just got chopped. They'll be dropped once the rest of the garden stops producing there. My horned melons and my winter gourds. Tomatoes are still going there actually, and the Jerusalem artichokes. So those will go through October. At the end of October is probably about when those will be finished. So then I'll chop and drop those, allow them to be on the ground. The chickens then get run of that garden, so they can dig through it, and they can find any stink bugs, squash bugs, beetles, things I don't like, and eat, hopefully, and then add some nitrogen back to that soil and some compost. And so we'll let them go through it a little bit, and then I'll kick them back out again. And that's going to sit. I actually got a lot of cardboard from work this year, unprinted on cardboard. So I will cut and put that over those beds, do an experiment in the back garden at least, and as much of the front garden as I can, and let that sit through the winter and break down and hopefully get rain and snow on the cardboard and let that compost. So that's my idea for cover for the back garden. The main garden is just going to be a lot of straw. We're going to do a little bit of chop and drop there too, but you got yours from Amazon. They did good. I've ordered a lot of things from Amazon that do great. I'm not real big on giving my money to Jeff Bezos, but I love Amazon. I do use it for a lot of things. I really do. So can't win them all. I may order them from Amazon. We'll see. It just depends on how much the shipping and all. I have Amazon Prime, so sometimes it's quite a bit cheaper. That's not always better, but here on the Urban Homestead, I do have to to look at price. Yep. That is true. Let's see, what else do we got going here? I got my little dryer. I don't know if you can see back here. We've been drying galore. I'm going to be drying more tomatoes and things. In here, my zombie machete. All right, in here right now, for my chipotles, we did the sun drying, and they just didn't feel quite dry enough. They probably were, but I'm really worried about storing them and getting mold or anything. So I ran them through my other dryer here an extra time. So these are my chipotle peppers. These were smoked in my little home smoker here that I got from my dad. And so they were smoked and then sun dried. Had a whole bunch of them. I've been running through so many. Let me see. I'm going to pan the camera. One sec. I'll get this other camera. I'm going over, but I did say I was going to enjoy chatting tonight. I know I've noticed in a lot of my lives, I kind of tend to take them like videos sometimes, or I had, and just run through a lot of information, and I miss a lot of the community, the chat, and the fellowship part. So that's why part of why last week I decided I was going to do a Mad Lib and really get a lot of chat interaction, and that was my plan, and I so enjoyed that. So this week I'm going to spend a little extra time here. Just don't order pedigree wet dog food from Amazon. It's produced in Mexico. I'm looking at a pack I did. Okay. Is it just the Amazon pedigree wet dog food? I've been giving it. One of my older dog is missing a lot of his teeth, and he's really old, so I started giving him some of that. And I'll look into that. What are you planning to have enough to sell on the website? Oh, hey, great question. Yeah, so what's been going on with the website? That we've been out of a lot of things, and of course, I was waiting on harvest season. Also, just been really, really busy. So my plan for the website is we are getting it revamped a little bit. We're going to be hitting it with some more teas. I have some more of my normal ones will go in and on there, and then we're going to really push the Farmer Casey teas. So we got some new stuff and herbs dried. So I plan on the next couple weeks here getting that going. Trying not to drag my feet on that. Also, I'm going to be putting in some merchandise that I'm going to be making here, and so some of it will be kind of made to order or printed when you order it on the size, just because I don't have a lot of inventory yet. But we'll be doing more cups and shirts. I'm going to try the hat print. I want to put out quality products, so I really want to make sure they're good before I put that out. So that will be in the shop. I want to include a couple other little things, some of the builds I'm doing. We'll see how that goes. Basically, my plan on the shop, and this is kind of what happened last year too. I think it was the very end of October when I got that launched and going. I think October 20th was when we did it last year. So that's pretty much my plan this year too. I'll put out another big live stream where I talk about what we got our shop filled up with. I kind of want to put in some things people can ask for too, that we can print on. So I got a few ideas going there, but that'll come up at the end of October. Yeah, that's true. It's a catch-22. It's yeah. Oh, pouches. All right. Well, I got the can, but chipotles used to just be made by burning pellets until it was standardized. Don't recall what type of wood it is now standard now. I know a guy chef who was involved in deciding the type of wood. Oh, okay. So what I did traditionally in Mexican cooking when they use it, from what we do down here at least, is they'll use a pecan wood. We have a lot of pecan trees down here. So that's what they do locally, I guess, at least. So I decided to use pecan wood in my smoker as well, and that's what we did. But that's interesting. Pellets, huh? I guess, yeah. Oh, thank you for posting that link. My store, there's a few things in the store right now. Not a lot. If anyone's interested in picking them up. I just sent a box off too to yours truly, who was here last week, some stuff. So yeah, I do that. I'm getting a lot better at doing that with my own stuff, but with the animals too, I need to be. I really want to incorporate. I need to get on a better culling schedule with the quail, and I really want to incorporate that into their diet and stuff in the dogs. Theirs is one diet that I have just been using a lot of the store bought stuff, so I do need to focus on that a little bit more. Yep, definitely. So I'll be doing a little bit of that. Let's see what else. The shop, I really need to. I have so many ideas. I don't want to put them. I tend to want to throw my ideas out there, and then some to come to fruition, and some don't. And I want to. I don't want to throw them out there before I get them in the shop. Really, one thing is those canning stickers. Those will be going in. That's something I have. I just haven't put in. As harvest season ends and the drying ends, some of the time throughout the winter, I'll spend on building infrastructure in the garden, getting that stuff ready to go for spring. But I'll also be able to focus more on my shop and getting that going. Um, I still work a very full time job plus, and then the kids, the internet, and all that. I stopped complaining and telling. I'm going to stop complaining and telling people about that after going to QuailCon and hearing Dale and Aaron and them talk. But um, finding the time is crazy. So I have a little bit more time throughout the winter to do that. And I do want to get it up off the ground. We do want to do farmers markets still and get that going. Okay, well, that's true too. Okay, I will get it updated. Let me think. This week I have a lot of overtime. I think I'm doing like 60 hours this week, so it probably is not going to happen this week. And we have Sukkot and whatnot, but I can put in some nighttime. I'll give myself 2 weeks. I'm going to shoot for 2 weeks, 2 week goal. That would put us at about the 19th. Last time I did the 20th, so we'll shoot for that and me get my shop up and really going again. Thank you, though, Vern. I appreciate that. You guys rock. Um, you really do. Time is always an issue with full time job. You're in that boat. Yeah, it is very good to be employed. I'm not complaining. Yeah, of course I'd like to work from home. And we all would here, and I'd love for my business to get going. The idea behind the business is to put money behind Farmer Casey to get him going on when he gets out in life. My older son too, but we have some different plans and things set there. So it's for Farmer Casey to get him going, and then of course to supplement income here a little bit. That's what it's been doing. I'd like it to move more towards a full time business. So I decided to go with teas and herbal tinctures, things like that. It kind of started with a conversation I had with my father-in-law, where he was talking about, can you actually grow enough on your land to sell and make money, make it a business? And as far as produce goes, not really. We make enough for ourselves. I can sell a little bit, and I do a little bit of that. So then we went to quail eggs for other reasons, but we sell that. I thought herbs. I can make tinctures. I can sell teas. I can really maximize herbs and sell those with what we have. And so we did that. And I'm kind of looking at the same thing. What other things I can put in my shop that we can maximize or whatnot. I don't know where that went. Kind of rabbit trailed a little bit there. I'm getting tired, I guess. Well, that's a great idea, actually. So I was thinking that with the quail, we have Southwest game birds who I've gone through and I'm not going to say anything bad about, but I just don't go through them anymore. They're in Arizona, so they're kind of next to us. We don't have quail people here, so I was trying to get a niche on that market. Finding people here, though, that want the quail for eating has been difficult. I've found some that want them for other reasons, but that's still a market I'm getting into here, and I need to put more time into. So the quail is definitely a niche I can have here. But you're right, seeds. I might be able to do that. So with seed saving, There is a reason I haven't gone into that right away, and I do sell some on my website, and I want to ramp that up. I sell the seeds of the species I only have one of right now, like toothache plant, snake gourd, and those things, because I know that they're going to be true seeds. The other seeds I haven't sold, like the peppers and stuff, when you do seeds for selling, a lot of times they'll have one crop, and then you need to be so far from a different crop of the same type so you don't get cross pollination. And that's kind of what I was worried about here, was getting a lot of cross pollination. And so the seeds I sell people, I want them to be true. And we don't have the space really for me to do that. However, I have been going into certain plants, like I said, with the snake gourd toothache plant, and there's a lot of others I can still do, where I only have one type. Also, we've been narrowing down on the urban homestead what we like, what works for us. So with that, we're getting down to one type. So I can include like okra seeds this year. I'm going to put in a lot of others. I got some more trifoliate citrus seeds from Papa Pepper, actually. Let me grab these here. Oh, I have my other phone going. Okay, let me do this. I was going to show something, and I forgot. So take everyone on a tour of my very messy area. This is a shelf filled with dried peppers, and I have 3 other ones like this in my other room with herbs and stuff, but just so many things here for me to play with this winter. Anyways. There we go. I was just going to show that real quick, and then I want to show these seeds. So I got some more seeds from Papa Pepper. If you followed me for a while, I support the Papa Pepper family, the peppers there. I think they're awesome people. What they got going on is great. I bought in a lot of seeds from them, so a lot of my garden comes from them. Oh, Egyptian walking onions. That's another one that's going to be hitting my shop. So I got some of those to Andy, and they sprouted for her. They've sprouted for me. That makes me confident in them. And it's another one I only have one of. So Egyptian walking onions are going to be hitting the shop, and those have to hit in about 2 weeks because of how they're shipped. So I got mullein. Woohoo! Mullein. I've talked about it before. I'm going to get it growing this year. I also got some more dill from him. And he sent me a whole bunch of trifoliate citrus seeds. Verna, I know you had one of these. I don't know if you can still grow them, but I'll send you some now if you want them. I can make chili powders. Yeah, so I got fresh chilies. I'm gonna do pickled chilies. Haven't done that yet with all my peppers, just because I have so many. I have dried ones that are all dried. A couple things here. Oh, I'm also going to be selling radish seeds. I got a lot of those, so those will hit the shop. But thank you for saying that, Katrina. I will be getting a lot in. I'll talk about trifoliate citrus just a sec. So, like, this is the daddle peppers. I have a couple jars, all dried. I've also been putting them in powders. So I got my, this is a jalapeno powder. This one I'm going to try putting on, like, chips and things. I got a daddle powder, which is really good. I enjoy this a lot. And then powdered cayenne, of course. I use a lot of cayenne. Trifoliate citrus. This might work for you too. So trifoliate citrus is a citrus plant that grows well for the Papa peppers in the Arkansas, Missouri area. I think I'm not sure that it grows in. I want to say it was 8A sounds right. I don't know. They're close to mine. But this is a citrus plant that works really well for him. So I'm going to pull this up real quick. Hang on 1 minute here. All right, let me screen share. Are you looking it up too? I'll screen share a little bit. There we go. All right, so here's Papa Pepper.
Met a guy not too long
this
ago.
is his family.
Actually,
He's talking about the
grow some of these. I picked up a couple.
Turn the volume down so you can hear me. He's talking about the trifoliate citrus plant. I have showed it before. Where is it? There it is. Looks like a little lemon. I think that's about all he's going to show. Yeah, so it looks like a little lemon. It grows in areas where citrus traditionally doesn't. Um, Now you can get citrus too. What did I learn? You can get citrus from another plant today. Inverness, I forget. Anyways, it's one I'm going to be growing. We'll try. You need some. I can send you some if you'd like. If you have a P.O. box or an address you'd like me to send some to, if you feel like shooting me an email, graftedranchhomestead@gmail.com. If you shoot me an email with an address, I'll send you some. Anyways, so I'm going to be growing that too for citrus. We'll be getting that in. Is it lemongrass for citrus? I forget. I wrote it down. It's like a cold weather orange. Yeah. Yeah. So of course, trying to find different ways of getting the different minerals and vitamins and all that I needed provided on our homestead here, on our urban homestead. And we'd like to increase that later on a bigger area. But one of those is the citrus. And so we definitely need citrus. And so we're going to be growing those. I'm excited. Last time mine didn't sprout up, but this time I got a whole bunch. And he actually messaged me and asked, and I guess they were kind of older ones. And so he says he got a fresh batch and he was going to send them to me at no charge. I said, absolutely not. I really like supporting Papa Pepper, and I'm always looking for ways to do it anyways. There's a couple people that I do like that, and if they have a shop or something, I try and buy things from them, or if they're doing something like that. And so one of the things I do to help support the Papa Peppers is I buy seeds from them. So when I found out he had more in, and they always do free shipping and all that, so he's very generous anyways. But yeah, so you can either pick them up from his shop, or I'll send you some, Katrina, if you'd like. Ooh, trade. Wait, what? You'll trade some rose seeds? Oh, yeah. That's awesome. I've been wanting some. I'll trade you. Go ahead and shoot me an email, and then I'll get you a trade. We'll do a trade there. I don't know what that is. Tiny URL. Oh, okay. Trifoliate orange. Very good. Thank you, Verna. Yeah, you guys can click on that link there. Verna posts a link that gives a lot of info on it. Yeah, I've been wanting to do the rose hips. So that's cool. I will trade you. I will take you up on that. I'm all about the barter and trade too. And so when I first started getting on YouTube and streaming, one of the guys I watched, Pinball Preparedness, he was doing this thing at the time where they would do a seed box, and it would get passed around the country, and they had a list, and people would add to it and take from it. And it worked really well for a long time, and I decided I was going to do the same thing. And so I actually got together was emailing with Arizona Highland Homestead there, and we were trying to do something kind of like that. Never took off, never got off the ground. And then actually Pinballs failed too because someone stole the box. But I'd always wanted to start something kind of like that, a seed bank where people can buy or add, but I don't know, or like a virtual seed swap. So we'll do that. Hey, thanks, Verna, for sharing that. They're native there. Okay. Yeah. So we'll do a seed swap. Maybe I'll get something like that going on my website too. I like to give things away for free, and I do it way too much. That's part of why I'm a bad businessman. I like to give away eggs and seeds and stuff. Not talking about you here. I want to do the seed swap. I'm just thinking about my shop because I put things in there for free, like the plans and stuff, and they just go and go and go. That just makes me smile so much more. I'm going to keep doing it because I enjoy it. Yeah, until I need to, right? All right, let me see here. I might as well shoot for the 2 hours. 15 more minutes, maybe. We'll see. Let me think of what else I got going on here. So I sell things on Etsy too. I sell quail scissors and stuff. I've had seeds that sell on there and other things. I'm using that shop to sell junk, kind of. I have a lot of little things. Let me show. I've collected over years. These I had gotten many years ago. Well, like 5 years ago probably, but they still work great. I have a lot of these little gimmicky things. So these are the type of things I put in my Etsy shop. These ones are going to go in here in the next few days. And they're little, I helicopter things. They have a rubber band and it has a LED light. Let's see. Oh, I'd have to pull it. But they have little blinking LED lights, and you shoot it at night and it spins, and they look pretty cool. I was going to make a little video of that and then put these in my Etsy shop. And we're going to see that one. Anyways, and then that I use for selling junk. Etsy, you don't get a lot of money on. They take a huge portion, but they do have a good visibility. So that I go under Desert Dry, and I sell just kind of junk there. Oh, yeah, here, let me type it in. Oops. There we go. Grafted Branch Homestead, all one word like that, gmail.com. You can get a hold of me. I haven't been keeping up with my descriptions on my lives. I've kind of been disappointed in myself. I'm going to be honest with you. So I really want to put out videos and content. I have a lot recorded. It's getting to the editing and doing it that I've failed on time on putting out that stuff lately. So part of me gets mad that I haven't done that. And I think, well, I don't want to do my lives because I feel like I'm not putting out what I want. I know Steve said earlier, I put out a lot of content. Thank you, Steve. I try to. I try to put a little knowledge into. I don't want to be just sitting here talking about my day and whatnot. There's plenty of those IRL streamers that do that. That's not really what I do, but editing's the worst, yeah. So I kind of was like, well, I want to get away and I'll stop doing lives and they'll make me put out videos more. But when what I like about the lives is the fellowship. I really love this. So I need to do both. I have my pemmican video is almost done editing. My hot sauce videos are almost done editing. What else? I have videos on building pallet planter boxes still that from 2 years ago. And I didn't release that because by the time I got around to it, it was like winter. And I was like, well, no one's building planter pallet boxes now. And when I took the footage is in summer. So if I released it, it'd look funny. But I really just need to release those videos. Editing takes so much time. So if you guys aren't familiar with content creation, doing lives is so much easier because I can just hop on and do all my stuff here. I don't have to edit. When I make a video that's like 15 minutes long and I put that out, that is days worth of editing. It can be. It sounds stupid, but I mean, for every few minutes of video, sometimes it's a lot. It can be hours of editing. So not always, but you can get down to it quicker. I know. I've been trying to. Haven't been in a while, but I was trying to get better at making like my intro video and different little clip videos that I just grab and insert in, so it helps with my editing. So I'm not redoing all that stuff all the time. I still need to do that. Clipchamp. I'm not sure what that is. Clipchamp has changed on me. You're having problems with it. Oh, you use Clipchamp, you said. And Verna said it changed. I'll have to look that up. Oh, what programs do I use? Yeah, let me tell you. So I use a software that needs to be updated. You're supposed to pay for it every year or whatever, and I haven't. So mine's the 2022 version. But my wife paid for it for Christmas for me, and it wasn't cheap. But I use Moavi, Moavi, I believe. Let me see. Movavi. Movavi. Video Editor Plus. I'm saying that wrong. It's really good. I like it. I think it's a good editing tool. I'm sure there's much better out there. I haven't used anything else. So I use StreamYard here for live streaming and then that Movavi video editor. So it's a really good one, I think. That any of the little videos you've seen, that's what I use here. Oh, Canva. I do pay for Canva. I'll look that up too. I'm not sure what that is, but I'll look that up. You don't pay for it. Yeah, I try not to pay for as much as possible. I'm paying for StreamYard right now, but I'm probably cutting that down. My website, I pay for. So I need to be selling on that at least enough to pay for it. So right now I'm not, but I in general I am. Yeah. Yeah. So we're very critical of ourselves in general. Everyone is, I think, and I am, of course, as well. And so when you're editing, and it is sometimes it's easy to get down on yourself. That's something I guess I haven't heard anyone else talk about. But you're right. Sometimes I'm watching it and I'm like, man, I wish, I didn't do that, or oh, I don't like this. I get very critical of myself, and yeah, that can happen too. Sometimes I rewatch, sometimes I don't because of that. It just depends. Watching yourself is weird sometimes. It's funny too because the things you're critical about the most, oftentimes people don't even see or miss until you mention it. Sometimes those are the things that people like. So I watch this one guy, Isaac Arthur. He's a science guy. He does a lot of cool talks and things. Sorry, one sec. I'm kind of congested. Anyways, he has a speech impediment, and I've been watching him for many years, and he's gotten really big. He's got a really, really big channel now. I think probably almost 1 million people, but he has been editing to get rid of that speech impediment. I notice in videos, and then now he's done something that kind of takes it out with editing, I think. But I really liked his speech impediment. It was part of why I watched him, to be honest. It made him really unique, and I liked it. So I've mentioned in comments I wish he didn't do that, but I know why. He does it for the same reason we talk about. Oh, Canva is great for thumbnails. Okay, cool. I'll have to look at that. All my thumbnails. So I get really creative, I guess. This is how I make my thumbnails. Let me throw mine up here again. There's my thumbnail for tonight. I think I have some interesting thumbnails. I like them. Let's see. Where's this other little 1 minute here? I think that was last week's. I like my little thumbnails. I think that they're cool. So what I do for my thumbnails is I actually use PowerPoint. So I go into PowerPoint and I make my thumbnail. I can add all my photos and remove backgrounds, and I put them all in there. I get it the way I like looking in PowerPoint. Then I copy all that and I go to Paint and I put it in Paint and I save it as a JPEG. And then I just use that for my thumbnails. So that's how I do mine. A little time consuming, but I like PowerPoint a lot. I use it for a lot of things it's not meant to be used for. Very rarely do I use it for a slideshow. Thanks. I have a lot of fun with them, I think. I'll have to look at that though. You use Word for thumbnails. Wow, that's got to be hard. It's hard for me to use Word. Oh no, yours look great too. I have a lot of fun with them. Actually, I make my thumbnail and I call in Casey and I show him, and I'm excited. And some of the, like when I had the quail with the little cowboy hat, and he's sitting in here with me laughing, and I'm putting the cowboy hat on the quail, and making thumbnails is part of it I really enjoy. Oh, okay, 13 a month. Yeah, that's not too bad. I'm right now looking at cutting down as much subscriptions and things as possible. I don't have a lot already, but really narrowing down in on that. We're really working on our financial stuff right now, I guess, as everyone is, but we're making some progress and stuff. And so also I mentioned before my job. I don't work a job that has a lot of job security, and there's things I want to change about it. It's just a basic service job. And so my wife's been wanting, I work a lot of swing shift and nights, and my wife's been wanting me to work days. Now the kids are getting older. Originally I had done it pretty much so me and my wife's schedules were opposite. So she'd watch the kids and then I'd watch the kids and then go to work, and kind of like that, make it work as much as possible. we don't have like daycares or things like that. So we just have to do it all. But now that they're getting older, I've been wanting to work day. Of course, I want to get a better job too. For all kinds of reasons. I might talk about someday. I might do a stream about someday why I didn't go to college or why I didn't go into a career. There's a whole backstory behind it, and how I feel about that now. You know what? Let's see. I'm 39 now. I turned 40 in April, so sometime around then, I'll do a little thing on. I want to do a little video on why I've made the decisions I made as far as those types of things go, and how it's gotten me, and how I feel about that, and all that. But there's a lot of reason to it and stuff, so it might be interesting going into. However, with that, it might be time to find another job. It will be if we move anyways. Oh yeah, cheaper. It is cheaper if you can buy the bulk. Yeah. Word, I think, is hard because you have to like space and everything has to align that way. And PowerPoint, I like it because I can put things wherever I want. And then it also allows me, PowerPoint's got a cool feature on photos. Well, you could take anything and save it as a photo, first of all. So I can take like all my word art and stuff, select all the ones I want, and then copy. And then I could paste it as a photo. So it's one unit. And with that, I can then use the remove background feature. And I can cut out the areas I don't want, save the areas I want. It uses a basic AI to help with that. So that's how I'm able to do that. That's why I like it. Word, I use Word for my labels, like on my packaging. Let me grab one of my teas here. So I got a lot more of these. Are going to be going in the shop too. I'm also revamping them and trying to come up with some a little bit better. But so I use all my labels I make in Word. I do it for all that. Yes, that's true. Yeah. So making thumbnails is fun. Editing videos is hard. And then releasing them, sometimes I'm like, oh, no one will watch this. You know, it's funny though, the ones I thought no one would care about, I did on the fly, are the ones that have 80,000 views, or like that little thing with the punching bag I made. I have a video, I made a small solar generator a few years ago. And I'm going to be making another one, another couple is my plan. But I built this little solar generator. It has like, I don't know how many views that video has. Let me see. It has a ton of views. When I made the video, it took a lot of work. It took me a few months to make the video and make the thing. I don't think it's high quality. It's some of my very first one I did. Let's see. It's on my most popular right here. So this one has 25,000 views. I didn't think that would happen. My incubator one, I figured would have a few. That's got 20,000. Fodder for the quail. I did a little, here, watch, let me screen share it real quick. But I did a little video on making fodder for the quail. Kind of cool little video. I didn't think that one would do well. And that one is like my third. So the ones I don't think will do well, do excellent. The ones I think, oh man, this one's going to do great. This one, I'm going to get to show a whole lot of people. And then it gets like 5 views, which is kind of funny. There we go. Yeah, see, there's the little solar generator I built. This one's got a lot. Every single day in my shop, I have free PDF plans for this incubator. And like 3 or 4 ones sell in the shop. It goes through as a sell, even though it's free, it's $0. But I track it that way. And I get several a day, every day. And I'm thinking, man, if I even made it 10 cents, which I don't really want to do, I'll keep it free, or 50 cents, I'd probably make a killing. What I do need to do is put my Amazon affiliate on the website on there, and hopefully I get sales that way. But anyways, fodder for the quail, almost 10,000. Look, here we go. This little tiny rain barrel stand I built. almost 4,500. And then some of the shorts have more. Shorts always have more, but let's see. Yeah, punching bag stand number 1. Let me here. Watch, I'll play it. It's nothing to it. Not even a real DIY. Look at that garden, man. Nothing in it. My yard's changed a lot. But anyways, there's that little video. And it has 63,000 views. Here's this headboard. That's our headboard that we have in our bedroom. I made for my wife. That has 7,000. Anyways, I just think it's funny how some of the ones that I didn't think would succeed are the videos that do the best, and the ones that I really put a lot of work into don't. Yeah, I need to be doing that too. Verna, you have a great night. Thank you so much for being here and for your stream this morning. Good to see you this week. Until next time. Yeah, shorts. So what I've learned is DIY videos do really well because people search for those. Videos you put out with topics like fodder for the quail, things that people are going to specifically search for like that do really well. The shorts do good at bringing subscribers. So when I put out shorts, that I always get a lot of subscribers. The shorts that show kind of things people are going to search for, like the punching bag stand, because people are going to look for that. I think they do really well at bringing subscribers too, because they want to see more on the channel. Live streams do good at the fellowship, I guess, at keeping subscribers and keeping chat and interaction, I guess, on your channel going. They're all good for different things, but shorts go nowhere. They don't really. They just bring in subscribers, I think. You have to have like millions of views to actually get anything. But what I found from the shorts, the same as like vertical live streams, is you'll gain audience you don't normally get. People that are just flipping through their phone might see you and like it. So you get some other things that traditional content videos don't get. So they're good for that. Premieres, that's something I haven't got into. I tend to do a lot of little videos in my live streams though, so kind of like premieres. I love live streams. And then Tracy's going, yeah. Good night, Tracy. Blessings. And Dad, if you're listening. Yeah, they all have their purpose. They all do different things. Learning the algorithm is something a lot of creators really get into, and you kind of have to be successful. I haven't gotten into it as much. I just see from observation what I see. You know, I have, I think, 1,700 subscribers. I'm still not monetized. I don't have anywhere near the watch hours, like 3,000 something. It keeps dropping. I don't really focus on that. It would be nice to be monetized, but I'm just kind of doing my thing. I put out shorts, lives, or video content, depending on what I feel I want to do or is fit. So I'm not someone to chase it. Maybe someday I will. All right, but I'm going to hop off too. If you guys want to join me, if we end up going to the rail yard, I'll do that tomorrow. Otherwise, until I see you guys next time. Thanks so much for joining me and for making it a great live, great night. You guys all rock. So get out there, do the things, go out this week with purpose, and think a little bit about what you're doing and why. And it'll be a good week. You guys have a good one. See y'all. Have a great night. And be safe. We'll end it this way. So howdy, y'all. Ooh, got my ears going. Y'all have a good night.